Good morning. It is day 6 of Gabzvents. I missed day 5 because I was sick. I caught a little cold, so I didn't go out running or anything like that and was just kind of trying to rest and get through the day. So, ooh, this sky looks beautiful. You'll get a 2-for-1 special on double rant today. So, here we go. Here's my double rant about pattern pictures. Okay. I understand that taking pictures for patterns is really tricky, and sometimes you don't always have the resources you need. You don't have someone to take it for you. You don't have good lighting. You don't have a location. You don't have time. All these things. That's my disclaimer. That I understand that getting a tripod, getting a ring light, getting someone else to take your photos is sometimes a luxury. All right, but here's the thing. When I see photos of patterns and all that there is, and the disclaimer is if it's not socks. If it's socks, I don't care, take your photos however you want. On sock blockers, for me, is fine. But when it's a garment, and the only photos that you're showing of your pattern are on a dress form or flat lays, red flag. I'm really sorry. I know it's tricky to take the photos. I know that. But especially if it's a garment and all there is flat lays, I'm like, how is this going to look on my body? How is this going to, how does this fall? How does this look? And on dress form, same thing. I'm like, I'm not a Barbie. I don't have the rigid proportions of a dress form. How does this dress look, or how does this garment look when someone's sitting? How does it look when they're moving? How does it when they're bending? I mean, I'm not asking for bending over shots, but I'm asking for like in real life shots of what this looks like. So, especially for test knit calls, and all there is a flat lay, I'm really like, if it's a designer I haven't looked for, I'm really like, what's this gonna look like? How is this gonna lay? Is this gonna look good on my body? So, dress forms and flat lays, while great, and I know there are stylistic choices for them, I'm much more interested, if I'm gonna invest in a pattern, on how this looks on a person's body. So, rant number 1. Segue. Rant number 2, which is also about photos of patterns. If you only have one type of body and one type of person in your photos, I'm also immediately like, ooh. Because I understand wanting beautiful, as my students would say, aesthetic photos. I get it. But I also I appreciate more, especially I'm able to use Ravelry, so I appreciate more when I can see those like bathroom selfies with a dirty mirror and fluorescent lighting and the garment still looks decent. That's when I'm like, okay, I think I really want to make this, because that's what that's where that's where I spend most of my life. I spend most of my life in under fluorescent light. I'm moving around. I'm not always properly Instagram posed. Like, I wear my sweaters to work. I want to know, is this going to hold up? Is it going to look decent when I'm living in my knitwear? So I get wanting aesthetic cover photos. Totally. But also then some photos of like your testers and doing your very best to get testers of different, not just body shapes, which all for size inclusivity, but of different heights, because sometimes I see in photos that everyone's very, very tall, right? And so that makes it hard to see, like, who is it gonna fit you, right? I'm very short, so if someone's super, super tall, then that's not gonna work for me. Or if they're long torsoed or short torsoed. And I know that this is a, I don't know, standard conceit, something like that, in the sewing industry. or showing Instagram of posting the model's dimensions. And I need to be better about that on our own patterns too. So I think actually I'm going to go back and edit that. Of writing what the body, the model's proportions are. So you can kind of get an idea of the thing. Because like I appreciate the designers who say like, model is wearing size 2 with this much ease, right? So you're like, oh, okay, so if I want it to look like this is the same ease ratio I need to get going. So I know Instagram is a highlight reel. I'm aware of this. I tell this to my students all the time. However, I don't know, more truthful, I guess, or maybe a wider variety of photos, but really the one that gets my goat is dress forms or head forms. I'm like, how is this going to look on somebody's head? How is this, like, especially hats? I'm like, is this going to be cute? How do I know? Like, a dress form or a head form is not that helpful. Yeah, I get it stylistically. And for shawls, it doesn't bother me as much with dress forms, but for like garments, yeah, take photos on real people in real life. That's what I have to say. Yeah. There's a designer who I really like who does this. It's Hello Gabriella. She does, I have a bunch of her patterns. Haven't knit any of them, but she has a wide range of testers and photos that are stylized, photos that look more kind of candid. They're great. It gives me a great idea of, is this gonna look nice on me? And sometimes the answer is no, and that's okay. Okay, third rant, sorry. Okay, not everything looks good on everybody, and that is okay. Because, sorry, you're getting a 3 for 1. I'm immediately suspicious when one of the taglines is great for everybody. It almost feels like that same less inclusive one size fits all, because there are things that are just not gonna look good on my body, and that's all right, and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with other people's proportions not being the same as mine. For example, Chaley and I arguably look very similar. We get mistaken for each other numerous times. Even social media AI mistakes us for each other. We're roughly within a couple sizes of each other, right? She can give me clothes, I can give her clothes. We're pretty close in size proportions, especially now that we're older. Things that look good on my sister don't look good on me, and our dimensions are not that far off. Things that look good on me don't look good on my sister, which is why we sometimes swap our clothes. We made a pattern, and I'm pretty sure we made the same size. I'm pretty sure for Woodwoes, we made the exact same size, and the fall of the yarn and our gauge, my gauge, looked better on the other person. Hers was a little bit tighter and more fitted, so it looked better on me. Mine ended up being looser and more of an oversized fit, looked better on her. Chaley absolutely crushes it in oversized clothes. That's her thing. She looks great in them. She's got stronger shoulders than me. She has a stronger jawline than me, so she can pull off kind of the more flowy look. Makes me not feel comfortable. So I think my rant is, it feels like false advertising when you say it's going to look good on everyone, and then it feels even worse when I make it and then it doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me look good in it. So then it feels like, well, does it look good on everybody but me? Versus just putting your design out there and being okay that your design is not for everybody. Like, it's not, and that's okay. Some things that we knit, not good on everybody else. Like, let me think. Oh, here's my good example. I love raglan sweaters. I think they fit. I have very petite shoulders. I think they look great. They give my shoulders some definition, so it kind of balances out my proportions. Yoked sweaters don't look great on me. They make me look schlumpy and make my little shoulders look even littler. The reverse happens with my sister. She looks great in yoke sweaters. They fit her really well. It's got a really nice fall across her shoulders. Raglans, she doesn't appreciate as much. Like I said, we're very close in size. But if either of those patterns, when they say looks good on everybody, not accurate, and then it feels like it feels disingenuous. So those are my 3 rants. If you're able, take photos on real people. Take photos with multiple testers, with multiple body types, and maybe consider what you mean when it really says looks good on all bodies. Oh God, I have a fourth one just popped in my mind, but I'll save it for the next day. Anyway, talk to you later.